Hello. Hello, friends. How are you? Hello, friends. God loves you. And so do I. Last time we met, I told you a story about Joshua and his friend Caleb, and they were spying on the promised land. Well, this story this week is about Joshua as well. It's a altogether different story. It's a really good one. It's called Joshua and the Big Wall. And it's from the Read Aloud Bible Stories, Volume 4. Get ready. Joshua was a man. God told Joshua what to do. And then Joshua told God's people. So there he is, he's praying. So he talks to God, and God talks back to him, and he listens. Let's see what happens. Ooh. This is a very big town. You see it? It's called Jericho. Jericho was a place. Jericho had houses in it and a big wall around it. So here's all the houses inside, and then there was a wall built around Jericho. Well, the big wall had a door. Here's the door. And every day, the people of Jericho went in and out their door. Now, God wanted his people inside Jericho. But the Jericho people said no. The Jericho people shut their door tight. Let's see. So, Jericho people didn't want God's people inside Jericho. So, there was only one great big door, and they shut it tight. Their wall was so big, it kept everybody out. That's a very big wall. I don't think you could climb that wall and get over it. So the Jericho people were inside the wall, and God's people were outside the wall. But God knew what to do. God told Joshua, and Joshua told God's people, horn blowers, line up. Soldiers, line up. So he's got the horn blowers and soldiers lining up. Then he said, shh, don't talk until I tell you. But horn blowers, you get ready to blow your horns. So don't talk, but get ready to blow. Ooh. Then away went the soldiers, and away went the horn blowers, step, 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 on their way to Jericho. They're on the march. Here's Jericho way off in the distance. And that great big wall surrounds the city. Everybody walked, but nobody talked. And then the horn blowers blew their horns. They marched all the way around Jericho's big wall. Step, 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 step. And then they went home. So, marched there, marched around, blew their horns, and then went home. The next day, they marched around again. Step, 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 step. And everybody walked, and nobody talked. But the horn blowers blew their horns. And the next day, guess what? They went again. And the next day, and the next. Around and around, step, 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 step. Everybody walked. Nobody talked. But the horn blowers blew their horns. And then Joshua said, "Now!" Oh, what's going to happen? I can't wait to turn the page. You're not going to believe it. The horn blowers blew. And the people shouted. Must have shouted really loud because those words are really loud. And Jericho's big wall fell down. Crash, bang. God did it. What? And God's people walked right into Jericho because the walls came tumbling down. Wow, they didn't even need the door. They made the walls fall down. They didn't need the door. What? Thinking about what we learned. Well, Joshua obeyed. He did what God told him to do. And God's people obeyed because they did what Joshua told them to do. Wow, that's pretty important. When you think about who should you obey? Somebody sometime might ask you to do something that might sound a little strange, like let's go take a walk and don't talk. And then blow your horn. Bet that sounded strange to all those people. But they were following Joshua, and Joshua was following God's directions, and God told him what to do, and he listened, no matter how strange it might be. It's a pretty good story about learning to trust, trusting God, and trusting your leaders who are trusting God. There's a song, Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls came a-tumbling down. You can even act this story out. I used to do it in my Sunday school classroom. You could build a wall with blocks and march around it, blow your horns, march around it, blow your horns. You can do that many times. Then the last time, march around it, blow your horns, and shout really loud and make those walls come tumbling down. It's really a lot of fun. It's also a great story about learning how to follow. Listening and following. That's important. Well, I hope you're all doing well. And I hope that once school starts in whatever way it does for you, whether you go to school or you have school at home, that you follow directions and listen. I don't know if there'll be any horn blowing, or walls tumbling down, but it's always important to obey and listen when someone's following God's rules. Well, stay safe until we see each other again. We'll be doing some Sunday school things, and church will have a kickoff. And oh my gosh, I can't wait. Even if I can't see you in person, we'll keep seeing each other like this. And maybe we can have Sunday school live, and we can have you join in. And we can sing and we can build walls and make them tumble down. That would be a lot of fun. But until then, you stay safe and stay well and know that God loves you, and so do I. Goodbye for now.